G'day guys, Dave Geary.
Hi everyone, Daniel Hastings here. Welcome to March 2023 video blog for the local real estate market. David, what have your observations been so far?
Well, first things you need to know, look, we get into March during the year. March is one of our best months for auctions throughout New South Wales. And just recently, there's been a lot of talk about where the market is. And the funny thing is that supply, as you probably know, is down a fair bit.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows that demand's down a fair bit. So what it's done now, it's balanced out the marketplace a lot.
Yes.
So what they're finding out, there's somewhere in Sydney and Wollongong, very close to the same statistic, around 20% less property going on in the market than it was this time last year. So very interesting, but that's kept the market fairly balanced.
Yeah.
And same with the clearance rates that you're finding as well. Clearance rates in our auctions, they're higher than they were last year.
Yeah.
All right, they're 10, 15%, they're varying higher. But again, statistically, the amount of property is lower.
Actually turning over.
Yeah, it's turning over a lot lower. So you're running somewhere around 700-800 properties, and then last year is about
over 1,000.
Yeah. So yeah, things have changed, but the market, it's still soldiering ahead, isn't it?
Absolutely.
How do you think? Recently we had some auctions. What are your thoughts there and how they went?
I think auctions are a great indication of market conditions. Very transparent at that as well. So the transparent nature is a big factor to that. During the hot market that we saw prior to May's interest rate rights beginning, you'd almost say we were near 100% for the year, if memory serves.
Correct.
At that point in time. Now we're seeing more of a mixture. We'll have some that are going extremely well in a couple of cases, including one in Taronga, which we'll touch on soon, from last weekend, but also some ones passing in.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
we certainly have a more mixed bag and it, like you said before, balanced. It's not all going one way.
I think if you auction the right property, and we've always said this,
it's got to come back to that now.
Yeah, and there is a lot of good property out there in today's market. There is still getting good results.
Very
as well.
good results,
good
absolutely.
Results. So you want to touch on we had a couple of auctions. We had one in Bulli just recently. We had one in Taronga recently, and bucking the trends, both of them.
Big time. Both of them beachside areas, I guess, which is significant. So both of them unique opportunities for people to consider. The one at 3 Park Road in Bulli, that was my listing, potential redevelopment opportunity, older cottage, very close to the park there on Park Road, but also very convenient to the shopping areas and the transport in the area as well. So it was a great auction, wasn't it, Dave, as far as the crowd and participation. That sold for $2,130,000 under the hammer and was comfortably over the reserve. And then, of course, last Saturday we had 8 Marino Road, David. That was a great one too, mate.
And we had 150 odd people in the crowd there, and it looked like it was even going to rain.
Threatening
they
rain.
all turned out, and we had a great result over the reserve again at 2.8 million for a
comfortably over the reserve.
Comfortably over the reserve, it was, and it was an older style house down here towards the beach end. It wasn't actually on the beach, but it was just off the beach.
Metres away, like not even 100 metres away, was it?
About 100, 150 metres away.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't step it out, obviously. But look, it was a great auction, and it was a good one to facilitate. We certainly had, I think we had about 4 or 5 bidders actually take part in it as well.
They got their hands up because there was other people there that,
Absolutely.
on top of that as well. So that's showing you that good property is worth still going to auction. And in today's market, how do you feel about us utilising the auction method as well? Because not all of them are going to auction. We're utilising that method to work out where the market's sitting. That's
the great thing about it. We are in a changing market, so be it that we're going up or down, it's a great way of sorting out clear and evidence market values. So that's really helpful, particularly for something that's fairly special and unique, and that's what we often say from a residential point of view. That's when you're back to a balanced market like we're in, you want to make sure it's a little bit special, a little bit unique. They're the really good candidates for the auction process. So, but no, definitely worth consideration. And look, for mine, there's agents around that just aren't auction practice.
They're not. And
you can't be a one-trick pony in any market, I would say, but particularly in this sort of market now, where if you're not equipped and well practiced in all methods of sale, then you and the agent are going to struggle with getting the best possible result.
They are. All right, guys, I think that's a wrap for the month. So
we'll look forward to seeing you next month. Have a good one.
See you guys. Ta-da.